G'day, today we are continuing on discovering the world. Okay, so we're up to Laos as our next country. Here it is costing us 500,000 to get them. So we're holding at about 130 minutes at the moment, which is pretty solid. But I do feel like that is currently going down. We're not making money fast enough. Now, part of the problem there is that we don't have long enough routes, I think. If you look at the length of the longest route that you could possibly have at the moment, which would say maybe Ireland, all the way over to say Bangladesh or is that Myanmar next to it. Compare that to the length of even just like getting LA and anywhere. Like it's going to double that length. So we really want to get America into this soon, just so that we can start to get a lot more money. Because otherwise I feel like we're going to find ourselves stranded at the end when we need lots of money and we just haven't started those investments just yet. Just jump started with 3 planes as well. I mean, we are definitely making money at a healthy click here. This guy has a lot of people shifting back this way. Like every plane coming out going that direction is packed. But I don't know if that will slowly calm down because now India's opened back up, and I think that might have just been people skipping India. Although possibly it's a permanent thing if that's the way that they're getting to the Dhaka. Just upgrade all of those guys. Let's allow them to move that on. We had a new city join in there too. I guess we'll find out when he gets mad. Uh, 50,000 we'll give it a go. Alright, waste of money. Zambia. Working our way further down here. I mean, Zambia can just connect to one of the two of these. I do have an idea on how to get that negative 5,000 achievement I need as well, where I need to have less than my total money available needs to be less than minus 5,000. I think what I need to do is wait till I get a millionaire saying that, oh, not a millionaire, a businessman wanting to sue me. And then when that comes up, I save, and then I burn all my money just upgrading anything, and see if I win the court case. If I lose the court case, then I should have to pay more than $5,000. If I'm close enough to zero, I'll kick further than minus $5,000, and then I can just load and recover all the money that I've just burnt in that action. So I won't do that in this game. What instead you might see is me save for the reason of sort of setting myself up to try and do that later. But that was my thought on how I could possibly manufacture that achievement. Otherwise I'm just going to be stranded with that being the last one I've got to do. Alright, Germany is out. Now, do we have a workaround in Germany? We don't. For these guys. So let's get... let's just pause for a second, because Paris is suddenly freaked out about what's going on here. So to get from Paris and Amsterdam can get out. Everyone can get around this way. Prague's connected here. Brosnan isn't connected in there, so we'll get them connected. Then what we'll do is we'll get Riga to connect in there. St. Petersburg connects to Riga, and we will allow Riga to be an alternate option. Actually, let's get Stockholm there, and then we'll get these 3 just to connect to Stockholm. And we'll give Stockholm 3 planes. It's unsurprising that Stockholm suddenly freaked out with that responsibility. And Riga will do the same. So we'll just give him a couple of planes. Alright. You can see that, say, Milan and Paris and everyone have now got a cope. Oh, and we've got Bern. So needs get out. I'm amazed at some of these internal routes that have just survived on one plane. Like how long they've just merrily been like, well, nothing actually relies on me, so I can just sort of chill here. But it's now standard issue. Everyone's got 3, and this is a major highway, and it's got 1. So that's cleaned it up enough. Luxembourg. Oh, Luxembourg doesn't connect. Just looks like it runs through it, but it doesn't. Yeah, okay. So Zambia, we have enough money. See, we've lost 5 minutes already today, even with giving ourselves 12 more minutes. And money is still just ticking over nice and quick, but we need to see the real big money. Alright, so Vienna is freaking out about... No. Cost me money last time. Okay, so Dhaka. So again, I assume it's this route here. Is it that route? No, is it this route? We get into Dhaka by scooching across the top. So let's just upgrade everyone on that route. Because that goes all the way to Kiev. It doesn't actually stop there. And then once it gets to Kiev, there's major plane line there that can get all the way down on. Guess let's give you a 4th major plane. We've got Germany back now, so we're all a little bit happier. Thailand up next. Again, we're still just losing time. I mean, I guess getting in a country like India has possibly really helped the amount of just airports in total the game's given us. I assume that it would normally just give us the same amount of airports no matter what. But in this particular case, it does feel like we suddenly end up with a hearty amount coming from India, and we'll see a similar thing from China once that kicks in. Bangkok will be likely busy. I'm going to kick Bangkok across this way as well. Sort of try and triangulate a little bit more into this part of Asia. I think Colombo, or we might connect down maybe into Malaysia. We probably have one plane for now. So either these planes on this route, excuse me, and this route are both, well, up all of that. We can see all of them they were red heading up, so we may as well just get them, keep pushing through. Apply that to this one too. No harm in efficiency of the line. See, every time they're heading north, they're a red plane. But Paris seems to be doing a pretty good job of distributing. Namibia. That's a loose connection there. Welcome. Let's drop this guy with level 5 plans. Angola should be able to just connect to one of these, same as Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique. But I think the capital of Mozambique might be quite south. We will find out. Angola's up next. I mean, you can see anyone that's already lit up. So the United States, Canada, not Greenland, but Iceland. Everyone down the bottom, except for the little countries. And all of the parts on continental Asia, except for the South Korea. Even North Korea is technically touching Russia there. And Japan. So all of those are a chance to be the next one in. Moscow's still a relatively small airport for the amount of airports that connect to it. Okay, so that's not going to affect anyone. Seeing these red planes, though, is, I guess, a good sign. That means that we've got a lot of traffic moving through. And if we're successfully identifying those routes that they're taking, for example, you can see everyone going this way is red as well. It means that we are we're doing a pretty good job of, like, at least traffic flow, that we are getting, that we're spending money on the lines that we actually need. Guys moving through, and the faster they get there, I guess the faster we make that money. We don't need to go those guys up again just yet. Soon. Alright, well that's an easy connection. Mozambique up next. See a fair few I mean, only 2 planes on that, and I think that's becoming a bit more of a busy network. There's a lot more of Africa south of that point now. It does look so messy once I've got, like, India and then the workaround to not India. Always such a mess of tiny little planes there. It's funny that the airports will change color sometimes with not much impact, because it's just yes, because they're just not overly large airports. Like Moscow, for example, is only 1,000. So you go look and go, all right, what's the major thing? It's like, oh, it's okay. It's just one of the guys that's connected to it has 20 people waiting for it. So it's not one thing here. It's all of these airports with a couple of guys waiting is enough for him to freak out a little bit. I upgrade the wrong... What? Luxembourg to Frankfurt. Okay, so that one's normal. And there's what, Luxembourg to Paris as well. So there's planes connecting both ways there. There's also the occasional... to Paris. Those two lines are so on top of each other. Who are you? Paris to Frankfurt. But isn't that what... That's Paris to Frankfurt. So who are you? Really not sure about that guy. I think I also missed another city coming in. Well. Okay, 100% we take that one. Got a nice money boost from that. 22,000, 27,000. 300,000 bonus from our mate billionaire. Guess we'll just go straight up. I don't want to have him as a central point and a like a hub because of his position. Like he's too far to the right that really don't want him to be that central focus. Even Madagascar and Mauritius can probably connect all the way back here. Make sure there's not a city I missed there because I feel like there was. It's like at least a city I've missed in the past. Vietnam. This price is still going up and up. Always 768. Okay, Vietnam, Hanoi. Okay, Congo. Let's just check to make sure that... Okay, so Congo, only Namibia, only country that can't get out from that. So let's just make those two talk to each other. And no, those guys are all good because they go up that way. And everyone else can just work around the outside of Congo. Certainly central to that part of Africa, but we can live without him. Iro as well. Amazing that you're working off just a 1,000 population. I guess it's the efficiency of not just the deliveries, but also the collections. Size are you? Yeah, you can get a bit of a boost. Ho Chi Minh City. Can't imagine that we're going to finish today with the time north of 100 minutes, which I do think is a concern. Give me America. I know I can just take it at any time, and arguably more than worth 6 minutes if I did take it for the amount of money that we'd make. But I'm standing by that rule I gave myself of not buying anyone. That's starting to get a bit busier. Oh, that's what we want to do. Malaysia. Still see the flow of traffic coming down this way. I think the other good thing is that there's no huge routes that anyone needs to take to get out that way. It is just like these shorter routes that I can put 5 planes on, so the flow is always going to sort of be there. I mean, with the consistency of them being red, these guys too. Upgrade both of those routes. Thanking us for connecting Birmingham, which is it's long overdue. When we upgrade the planes again, they go from it's the speed that they get in their increase. So these guys go at 3 times speed. Won't tell me what they do. It's definitely better, like significantly better pace they're moving at. See, there's a fair bit of red traffic heading south this way. I guess let's give those guys a little boost. Like I said, in part it's the speed of the planes. Like if you're moving enough traffic that every single plane heading in the same direction is going to be red, then and when I know I'm going to get paid when those arrive, hey, let's get them there. Okay, so for KL, we will get them to Bangkok, and we'll get them to... Okay, so see, this is the sort of thing that we want. So if I say yes there, then I press escape and I save, and we're going to save this over one of my other saves. Then what I can do is I can play with this, and I can go, say for example, that. Bang! Got it. Minus 21,000. Didn't even need to save, but that was the play. Very happy with that. Now let's hope we don't go bankrupt very quickly for having so little money. Let's at least give this guy 2 level 4s because we plan on him being the next sort of connection. Probably just good timing as well that came when I was probably the leanest I've ever been at adding a new country. All right, we can see Ho Chi Minh is getting a few red planes, so it's a pretty major city there, so we may as well bolster them a little bit. I think Chennai's getting a bit of traffic this way too, so let's... Alright, well there's one of those mystery cities that we never connected to anything. We're looking at Chennai, let's give them a small boost. Botswana. What do we need? Almost 1 million. Basically 1 million it'll be when we want to connect that, so we've got 60,000 to play with. See that we've got a fair bit of red moving along the bottom here too. So let's that guy a boost, and we'll give this guy a boost. Karachi's getting heavy planes from 2 different directions here, so as long as Karachi's moving them out, I mean you can see there's no red planes coming out, so it suggests that there's not a single point. It's sort of once they get to Karachi, then they're dividing out to northern India, Myanmar, or southern India. How many planes are on that route? All 5. Okay. There's another achievement as well. Sorry, I think that's it. Only had 2 achievements left. There was an achievement to have $1 million in this mode. So another one we can pick off. I did say I didn't want that guy to be central, like a key figure in this, but I feel like he's about to become one. Maybe I'll go this way because he's got the bigger planes. I think we just got another city too. I missed. There we are. You're a little country, aren't you? Teeny. Yeah, there you are. All right, you can see what are we looking at? So we're still looking at red planes. Where can we, like, look at that speed difference that we get, and basically it's just if we can pick up the pace of these guys on there, you may potentially pick up the pace of all of our points. That the highways are just moving so much faster. I'm going to go still into London here. I think he's only operating off 2, so we're not dire straits of... So it's just all of this major highway. Anywhere we can see red planes going. For some reason that one doesn't have red planes. I don't know where the planes end up that... the speedy planes these guys are moving. That guy does. We'll give you an upgrade too. There you go, we're about to dip under 100 minutes. We are still losing time. Not the way I meant to upgrade that guy. I guess enjoy your surprisingly large plane. We'll speed up that route. And that route. So you've only got 2. Okay. You're not going to affect anything. Gonna fancy that up in any other way. You can just connect to this little guy. Looks like we may finish off Africa soon. Alright, but I would say that's where we're going to leave it on this one. Plenty more Africa gained, a little bit more Southeast Asia, but we are still hanging out to see us move into the Americas, which is still untouched. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below, and until next time, catch you later. See ya.